I normally advise my fellow farmers, please always alternate your acaricides. But the challenge I have is somebody takes the advice of alternating but does it the wrong way. He is in the class of amidins, let's say on a tactic, he's trying to alternate. He goes to a drug shop, he gets milliliters. He's still using the same class. Then that farmer, of course, will go complaining that for me, I tried to change, but I couldn't get the results. I'm called Nwajira Bosco, a resident of Nyamiko village, Kigoma ward, Chizinda Kigoma town council, Gisenyi district. Yeah, I'm doing some projects on this small piece of land, which is approximately 3.5 acres. On the 3.5 acres, I have approximately 1.25 acres of banana plantation. Then the rest of the land is reserved for pasture production for my zero grazing animals. Majorly this passion, I got this passion because originally I had a small drug shop in the Shaka town where I used to sell drugs. But I used to hear my clients' comments. Whenever they would come, somebody wants to buy a drug, you would advise him on how to use it. But usually they have this tendency of saying that those people who are trained in animal health cannot go into production. I said, no, let me break this thinking. Let me break this norm and their way of thinking. Let me go and start. The idea came in and I didn't have land. I looked here and there, got some little money, bought this small piece of land you are seeing here, put up a simple structure, very simple because it was roofed with around 6 iron sheets. Just too much. Looked for some money, bought some animals. I had already established some pastures. I bought only 2 cows, which I started with. Then later on, the project kept on forcing me to expand because the cows would produce. You find it has produced a high fire, you don't want to sell it, you sell and retain it. I decided now to start selling the bulls. That helped me to expand the structure the way you are seeing it there. It's through the proceeds from these animals that I've managed to put up this water tank. Part of the proceeds have helped me to construct a residential house where I'm staying. And the remaining balance is also helping me to expand my project further. Because as I speak, I want to move. I moved from the 2 to the 15 we are seeing right now. But in the next few years, 2 or 3, I want to move to 30. The challenge we have is people fearing to start. Originally, when I got that plan, I told you I had some cabbages in town. But I said, no, let me not put all my eggs in one basket. I mobilized around 18 million, came and bought this land. The land here in Bushenyi is a bit expensive because the 18 million was not even 50% of the amount I needed to buy this piece of land. So I made a deposit of around 20 million, agreed with the owner. He gave me some time. I looked here and there and managed to get some more money to clear his land. Then these other structures, like the structure I told you I started with, I told you it had around 6 iron sheets. That way, it costed around 400,000 to put it up. Because originally it was not even cemented. Now you can see the structure is cemented. Then I used around 3 million to buy these 2 in-calf heifers that I started with. I think the advantage I'm having over others is that I'm a trained animal health worker. I hold a diploma in animal husbandry from one of the institutions here in Uganda. And before that, I was working with farmers for a long period of time. So actually what even forced me the more, these farmers in some There was a district I went to, I had gone for a farmer training. So when I gave out my advice, farmers were like, "Ah, you boy, you are very good, but do you have cows?" I think, I don't know why farmers ask such questions. I told them, no, I have cows. Then when I came from there, he said, now, what if these people follow me? What will I show them? Let me go and start. That was another forcing factor that forced me to start. At least now I know when they come, I have what to show them. Right now here, majorly since my animals are indoors, all I need is to maintain hygiene. You have seen I have a water tank there. It was not by mistake. One of the purposes why I need water here is to make sure I clean my store every day. It must be cleaned to make sure no microorganisms can come up to cause disease. No flies can come up because there will be no biomass for the flies to feed on and attack my cows. For other diseases, animals which are indoors are not exposed to all these weather vagaries. Too much sunshine, too much rain. So their immunity with good feeding remains high, and they tend to resist almost all these other diseases. The only challenge if you are not good at maintaining hygiene, especially with zero grazing animals, you can get mastitis, and sometimes you get some foot rot. But with good hygiene, you are done with that. Another advantage I've seen with zero grazing animals, these animals, for the last 3 or 4 years, they have been here. I've never seen a tick on my cow. Because you have seen, we go the other side, cut the grass, dry it, pack it, and put it here. If there is any tick, it won't survive that condition. Another processing, I told you we make silage. With that heat in the silo pit, the tick cannot survive. Then this other green material, we go get it, chop it using the chaff cutter. If the tick is also there, that force from the chaff cutter may not allow it to survive. So just that system, minus acaricide use, it's helping me to control ticks. Then lastly, of course, I apply acaricides as usual, and majorly I've been alternating sprays with power ons. Apparently I'm using power on, and it is actually doing wonders. It's very good. Actually, the challenge we have is our farmers are good at researching, but their research is not documented, and usually they end up doing research in a wrong way. This acaricide we are using here, because I told you I'm also selling acaricide, and the drugs I'm using plus the acaricides are from my drug shop. They are the ones which I'm selling to farmers. I found out one problem. Their way of mixing and applying the acaricide is still wanting. Because I've been having some interview with some farmers, actually it's a bit challenging. Many farmers apply the acaricide on an animal. They don't even consider its body size and its body weight. Somebody thinks an acaricide volume, which is enough for a calf, is enough for an adult animal. They end up giving small amounts of acaricide, or applying small amounts of acaricide on the animal compared to its weight. Then secondly, I've seen one other problem, because when there is some resistance on acaricide, we know there is cross resistance all over, but we normally advise farmers, our fellow farmers, because right now I'm a farmer, I normally advise my fellow farmers, please always alternate your acaricide. But the challenge they have is somebody takes the advice of alternating but does it the wrong way. He is in the class of amidins, let's say on tactic, he's trying to alternate. He goes to a drug shop, he gets milliliters. he's still using the same class. Then that farmer, of course, will go complaining that for me, I tried to change, but I couldn't get the result. But when you change the acaricides properly, switching from one class to another, applying the right amounts, following the manufacturer's instructions, I've found out that the acaricides do work despite the resistance. Because when you keep on alternating, at least you will be breaking the cycles and reducing the resistance on the acaricides. Then that issue of mixing these other things you are talking about, agrochemicals. Well, it may work for a short while, but it has a lot of shortcomings. That's where most of the resistance is coming in. Because you are mixing different classes or different types of acaricides. Let's say you find somebody is mixing anamidin with a pyrethroid. What happens is you are using a higher concentration, because these acaricides, when you look at their concentration, the concentration of acaricides, it may be a pyrethroid meant for plants, and then a pyrethroid meant for tick control. But when you look at the concentrations are different. The ones for plants are usually in higher concentrations, and the ones for animals are usually in lower concentrations. So when they mix, they increase the concentration. A tick that survives that concentration will never be killed by that same class of the acaricide. That's how now the resistance is coming in. Secondly, when you give higher concentrations, these animals are like human beings. Some of them have ended up dying because you are giving them higher doses which are not required by their body. Some of them have had eye defects, others have had blindness. So I would advise my fellow farmers, always use what is existing and follow the manufacturer's instructions correctly to overcome this problem. So far, this project, actually, when I came here, it was like, now I'm going to stay in the village. By that time, electricity was just passing. We didn't have electric supply here. I said, now where am I going to get firewood to use for cooking every day? I looked up and down. I started buying firewood. Along the way, I knew biogas was there, but getting it had become a challenge. So I tried to mobilize resources and got a digester you have seen there, which is helping me to supply biogas. Right now, as I speak, I don't think I need firewood and charcoal anymore here. So that one is also helping me to save some income, because I'm not cutting the trees I had planted, and I'm not buying firewood. Then secondly, these cows here, actually when you have a cow, it can do anything you want. It can help you to pay school fees, help you to produce food, help you to get gas for cooking, and at least you don't become a social misfit, because at least you have something where the community can say, oh, so and so at least is doing such a thing. Because as I told you, somebody who sold me this piece of land, when he was asked why he sold it, he said he's tired of coming home every evening with a caveira. But like you saw, I had even thought that when I come here I would be coming with a caveira, but it's the other way around. People who want boveiras come here because I already have enough. The cows have helped me to improve my banana plantation here. I thought it was for home consumption, but as I speak, every month there is some income coming from there. And it's not coming just because from the bananas, I know it's because of the cows here. My future plan is to increase the number of animals from the 15 I have right now, because I want to do it in phases. In the next 2 years, at least I want to move to 30. Then from 30, I want to move to 60. Why do I want to do that? I want to double production for my milk because I have future plans of doing value addition. I want also to hit the market like others because I'm seeing there are some milk processors, Lakeside, Brookside, those ones. I also want to go to the market like them. Right now, I'm producing 57 from the 4 milking cows, but I have 3 in the calf. So when they produce, I know I will go to around 80 or 90 liters. But that's not my target. This is just a starting point. I hope in the next 2 years to be having at least 200 liters per day. And when I hit that mark, I must start processing. Actually, right now here, I think even my workers think maybe my wife took over. Because for me, I don't even pay the workers. She's the one to make sure in the morning she measures the volumes of the milk they have produced, make sure the milk is delivered to the supplier. Even she's the one who communicates to the supplier, I mean to the buyer, to pay the money. Even when my workers want money, they don't ask me, they ask my wife. So even at times, I can even take like 1 or 2 days without going there, but for her, she makes sure she goes there every day because she's the one handling everything. You saw those banana bunches that were there. She's the one who sold them. Because here for us, I've realized when you become open to each other, you don't get issues in management. Then when the kids are here, of course they are also involved. With security, of course, I found out that putting up maybe somebody to guard the farm or some other things was also not easy because these human beings are easily corrupted. I decided to install my CCTV cameras in the farm where I can monitor, even if I'm in a Kampala, I can easily monitor because they are connected to my phone, my wife's phone. Even my son has a phone. He's now in P. He's joining S1 this year. But when he's here, we normally give him a phone. When he's also somewhere, because you know these young boys like using phones. When he's somewhere, he can also even monitor and say, I've seen this, dad, and then he calls me. I respond as soon as I can. Then, of course, in addition to security, I've seen all these places fenced. We fence, and my neighbors here know that whoever wants to come to visit me must come through the main gate. No any other entrance and exit. Yeah, minus cows. Originally, we had pigs. There was even some goats here. But due to expansion plans for the dairy project, we decided to stop them. At least you saw some remaining few pigs. Originally they were there. I had around 48 pigs here, and I had wanted to increase the number, but I did some opportunity cost. I made some opportunity cost and said, let me first improve the dairy project. Then when it improves, the rest will come. Because I know when I start processing, I will be forced to have pigs here to consume the waste. Right now, as I speak, some farmers came here and they are still coming here, getting advice. Even others have started. I have around 3 farmers in this village who have hopped from me and are taking up the idea. I think you saw even the water tank here. 2 people from this village came here and said, Kumbe, we have been suffering. We constructed this for you. I gave them his contact. They have also even put up water tanks. Some have come here, took some planting materials, and they are doing it. Then it's not only the surrounding community around here, even the whole district has gained from me because farmers from the different sub-counties normally come here for exchange visits. At least I cannot miss every year to host farmers from the neighboring sub-counties in Bushenyi district. These crossbreeds are not heat tolerant. They don't like a lot of heat. That's why you saw They were just trying in the shade, not in the open, because when the sunshine increases, the body temperature increases and the animals become uncomfortable. So it's better, even those people who are doing open grazing, to have shades in their farms. Plant some trees, at least for the cows to have shade. Yeah, the challenges might be there, but they are not all that much to make people leave the farming project. Because, yes, once in a while, as I told you, I get some injuries for the animals at times when they fight. Then at times I get some infection like mastitis, but it's not all that common because I'm trying to maintain hygiene. What I would advise my fellow farmers in the country is for them to start small and grow big. Start with one cow. Set your target. You will even get 100 cows in one. Secondly, I would advise them not to just go and do breeding the way they think it can be done. Let them use selective breeding, especially if they can. It's better to use artificial insemination, because with artificial insemination, you are very sure of the bull you are using, the performance of the mother and the father. So you are very sure, you know, when the product comes out, it will be at least better off than what you have. Let them go into proper breeding, use AI, use technologies to conserve feed, because these days land is very scarce. Use the smallest piece of land you have, produce fodder, feed your animal, and get money.